I know it hurts people when I say this. Cardano, XRP, there's a whole bunch of these. I really hope you're right, but hope is not an investment strategy. Okay? So I'm not trying to insult you. I'm not trying to be rude. Please just understand my heart is coming from a good place.
You know, I love Raul Pauls, and he does seem to care about people, but it's weird. It's almost like he's been gotten to or something with XRP. I remember him saying XRP is this great opportunity, you know, and after the lawsuit, everyone's going to have to list, it's going to go crazy. And, you know, and the lawsuit to me, you know, isn't over until this appeal stuff's behind us, but I know that's probably not the big factor holding the price back, but it's just odd. And he said he liked how it had the army and all these people. And now he's kind of like, don't buy XRP. You can buy it back later. Don't miss out on the bull run. And don't be a cult. He's turning this community into a cult. It's just very odd. And I don't, you know, clearly I don't think he's saying you won't make money from it. I think he should have said this. He should be like, yeah, I think it's going to do well, but it's not going to have the multiplier other stuff does, which I agree with. But he didn't even say that. He just said, oh, you'll get many of opportunities to buy it back. But last time I checked, when XRP runs, you don't have any time to buy it. So I don't know. That's my issue with him.
What is up, good people? Jungle Link here. Hope you're doing well. You know, my buddy Billy the XRP Cowboy was correct to open up this video. It was quite a shift from what we heard from Raul Paul in the past, where he was very bullish about XRP post-lawsuit and all the partners and all this stuff. And the question is why? Why have we seen this shift? I think it's a couple things. First and foremost, understand what he is here. He is an influencer. He's an entertainer. And the more drama he can create, the more views he will get. Now, I'm sure he believes what he's saying to some extent, but you have to understand that's in there a little bit here. Now, when he makes the statement, you might miss out on another bull run being in these kind of older blockchains like XRP, like Cardano. That's where I disagree to a great extent with him. Now, make no mistake, he's way more successful than I will ever be. So I'm not arguing that. But when you look at the regular person investing in cryptocurrencies, you know, I think you want some of that. Those exciting blockchains, high throughput, advanced capabilities, the newest generation. And I have some of that in my portfolio, and I think you have to. But in my mind, it's a fatal flaw to ignore those bellwether blockchains, the ones that are battle tested, that have been around. And you have to look at those blockchains and say, have things improved in a significant way? I think when we look at XRP, it's no doubt it's going to do better. And as my buddy Crypto Siege said the other day, it's just a question of how much better. We saw what it did, you know, the last bull run during that court case. You know, just having that out of our hair, having XRP trading on the U.S. Market, it's going to make a significant difference. And we know that to be a fact. We just don't know how much. And you have new feature sets and a stable coin, and I think you have enough here to be, you know, wildly excited about XRP. Same thing with Cardano. If you look at the beginning of that last bull run, what was the narrative? Smart contracts are coming. They're on their way. What have we seen now? Smart contracts are here, an ecosystem starting to be built out, and I think we'll see how many people that can get loaded up in there during the next bull run. Cardano's going to perform. Now, maybe you don't like XRP and Cardano. Find some other established blockchains that you do that meet those same, those same metrics. Whether it's, you know, Polkadot or Binance Chain or XLM. You know, there's a lot of options out here. And I like, from that group, I really like Cardano a lot. It's one of the most actively developed chains, and I love XRP, and that's no secret. And I think you want those assets in your portfolio along with your Bitcoins and your Ethereums. And I think Raul Paul is all in, if I'm not mistaken, on Solana. And it seems so, you know, clear cut that that is the winner and it's going to just continue to accelerate. And I get why he's looking at that. But remember this, for all the problems that XRP has had, it's only a day to a day and a half pump away from passing Solana. Solana's not that far ahead of us in terms of valuation. And so that should tell you it's far from being, you know, the winner. It's not even in the stratosphere of being guaranteed. Things could go, you know, horribly wrong very quickly. When you look at Solana versus Ethereum, and you compare that back to 18 and 19 of XRP versus Ethereum, man, we were a heck of a lot closer. And we were launching commercial contracts with, you know, MoneyGram, a publicly traded company, using XRP for cross-border payments. it was looking like it was going to be Domination City. We had some really bad luck with the court case. We had some bad decisions by ignoring important parts of cryptocurrency and going all in on micropayments and some other stuff. And before you knew it, we were in a bad spot. I would not want to be all in on Solana. It may do fantastic, but if you think it's some sort of guarantee, you are wildly wrong. You want to go the Ray Dalio way, making sure you are diversified, but the secret sauce there is in a manner that's not going to cost you, gains, performance. And that brings me to my last point about what Raoul Pal said here. There's a couple different ways you could approach this. A lot of people heard that and they got livid. And they're like, this guy doesn't know anything. And they attacked him, and that's okay too. If you want to do that, this is crypto Twitter. And you want to, step into the Thunderdome, be ready to defend your points and your positions. And that's okay. But what I think the better route to do is, personally, this is what I did. I listened to that and said, well, is there something for me to learn or take away? Is there some lesson here? And of course there is. Have I been cultish about XRP in the past? You're darn right I have been. And it's really more so about hubris, saying, I'm going to call the one. And then you see what's going on with XRP, where it ran up to $3.80 at the end of 2018. And then, you know what? It turns out proof of work ain't the way to go. And we were right there. And then you have the MoneyGram deal. And you get worse and worse and worse. And instead of being an investor, you are being Mr. I know it all, and I'm going to put it all in here just to prove that I'm right. And that's counterproductive. And best case scenario, you just end up being a lucky gambler. That we don't want to do. So again, there's something to learn from what he said, even if it's not correct in its totality. And it's like the 5 deadly venoms. You take a little bit of what he knows and you combine it with a little bit of what someone else knows, and pretty soon you've kind of mastered all of this different stuff, and you have quite a bit more in your arsenal. That's the way I approached it. I didn't get mad. I didn't start yelling at this guy. I'm just like, I think he's a little off base. I'll do a video about it to give people my opinion. I think you need these assets, these long-standing networks. When we start onboarding people, which I think we're going to see, as Ethereum starts to slow down, as this bull run hits full steam and it cannot meet that demand, and people are looking for other blockchains, or as payments start to heat up, or stablecoin use on the XRP ledger. These are blockchains that are household names that people are going to want. There's going to be a lot of demand there, and you're going to get performance out of them. The way I look at it, I don't need as much Near and Flare and, Sui. They have so much capability to go up in value that, I can put a smaller portion of my portfolio towards those riskier plays, those emerging, really hot narratives. Fine, I'll ride that wave, and I think they have future value. I'm not just, like a meme coin, gambling the hot coin of the month. I really believe in them, but they're not tested yet. They're not battle hardened. And I'll put more money in those ones that have been around and I think will be around in the future and still be a force. No doubt, you have some blockchains that have their moment, and they probably are never going to come back being a top coin. Things like, Litecoin. Litecoin's still around, does a lot of volume, people use it, but it'll probably never be a top coin ever again. Bitcoin Cash, things like this. Yeah, things kind of fade off, and you watch over time to make sure that doesn't happen to your blockchain. But just because something's down a little bit as we approach the next growth phase, it doesn't mean it's over. Far from that. Look who's building, who's improving, and that's probably where you're going to get the performance. Let me know what you think down below. As always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.